Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am Professor Khalid Iqbal from Government Municipal College, Faisalabad. Here, my lecture's topic is what is econometrics. Literally, econometrics means economic measurement. Although econometrics has a very broader scope and economic measurement is an important part. Econometrics is an amalgam of economics, mathematics, and statistics. Econometrics is a science. Econometrics is a social science in which we determine the empirical content of economic laws. In other words, we can say that in econometrics, we develop hypothetical questions, we apply statistical models and data, we analyze the set rule or set theory and make its critical analysis and then forecast. If we conclude this application into very few words, we can say that in economics there are qualitative statements and we quantify these statements with the help of data and try to give the quantitative answers to the qualitative answers. First of all, in 1910, Polish economist Paweł Siompa firstly used the term of econometrics. After that, Jan Timbergen, the Nobel laureate in economics, along with his sharer Ragnar Frisch, a famous Norwegian economist, is considered to be the pioneer and founding father of the econometrics. Econometrics is a social science and other social sciences has contributed very well in its development, especially economics. And contrary to this, econometrics has also contributed to the development of social sciences. So there is a causal relationship of development between econometrics and social sciences. In econometrics, we use the economic theory. Economic theory gives us a qualitative statement. Then we apply a mathematical economics or mathematics and we give the mathematical expression to these statements, these qualitative statements, to these hypotheses. After that, we apply the statistical tools, statistical techniques to analyze and to quantify these questions, and then we try to forecast. As you know that statistics has two kinds, economic statistics and mathematical statistics. Economic statistics is concerned with collecting of data, processing of data, and presentation of data. And these presentations are just limited to graphs and you can say charts. These presentations are just limited to graphs and charts, and economic statistician does not go forward. After that, there is mathematical statistics. In mathematical statistics, econometrical or statistical tools are developed. They are applied, and by using the data, it is critical analysis of the economic theory. It is tried to answer the raised questions, and it is also tried to forecast. So in economics, statistics, mathematics and econometrics has a pivotal role. You can say econometrics is our wheels of economics, so it is very pivotal role in the empirical research. You can say economics was considered as a social science, but econometrics has given it an statistical and you can say empirical foundations to the economics, and now it has approached to the status of the pure science. So in econometrics we have different methods. As you can say that there is the core of the econometrics is regression analysis, and regression analysis was firstly developed by two persons, and they were Gauss and Legendre. And this regression analysis was very firstly used in the field of astronomy, and then in biology, and later on different disciplines. If we come to the contemporary times, econometrics has played a key role in the empirical research. So we can say that in econometrics there are qualitative questions, and we try them to quantify and analyze and try to give the empirical content to these qualitative questions, statements or hypotheses. So in this modern world we observe that this world is very complicated. There arise different questions on daily basis, and we try to answer these questions. So we try to answer these questions through econometrics, and econometrics is a fun. Suppose that government wants to avert the drunk drivers because they are the causes, they are the main cause of the accidents. So government sets heavy fines on them and levies heavy fines on them, or there is another options that there should be taxes on alcohol. Which method will be more effective to avert the accidents, to tackle the drunk drivers? So there is another question that we want to improve the educational system. So we should reduce the class size, or we should promote the merit policy in the class. So such these questions, there are millions of questions which arise on daily basis. So we try to answer these questions through econometrics. So in very brief words, we can say that econometrician is a man who sifts the mountains of data. Econometrician is a man who sifts the very simple answers, very simple conclusions, very simple relationships through sifting out the mountains of data. In other words, we can say that econometrician sorts out the crazy questions and finds out the sound answers to these questions. So econometrics is a social science which is applied to the economics mainly, and in this way we try to quantify the qualitative questions, and we find the estimates and we forecast. So in nutshell, we can say that econometrician is a person who finds estimators which are efficient, which are unbiased, which are constant.